All right, welcome to today's episode, Tai Lopez Show radio program. We're talking about what could be the most important thing you've heard in a long time. Most important day of your life might be today, because we're talking about making millions, whether you're age 21 or you're age, 75, if you can figure out a podcast at 75. So we got Juan here, he's 21. His business partner, Samir, they've already made about $600,000 this year online. We have my business partner, Alex Mayer, here. His company has now made $1 billion over the last years since he started. Not bad, billion. And we have the real Brad Lee, and he's talking on all kinds of stuff, including how he helps businesses, how he helps entrepreneurs make an extra $1 to $5 million a month. A month. It's good money. You can buy a few Lamborghinis for that. So we're going to just be kind of riffing here for this hour, power hour, I'm calling it. I don't know why I'm calling it that, but it just came to mind because I thought it was a powerful room of people with the wide diversity. I'll be talking about my stuff. And if you happen to have heard this live, I'm giving away stuff and live on Instagram, Twitter, Snap, and Facebook, or YouTube and Facebook. And I'm going to double check so I have the exact date here. What date, business question, talking about making millions for $100, did Google start? What day did Google, day or year? I'll take the year. What day or year? 99, incorrect. 99, incorrect. There we go. That's the first one I saw here on YouTube. It was 7 error is the username. 1998. It was technically September 4th, 1998. One of the biggest companies in history was formed. They didn't just make millions. They've made billions. They'll probably go on to make trillions. Well, I mean, they will make trillions. It's a good number. A trillion is 1,000 billion or millions of millions. That's pretty good. Imagine logging into your bank account on your phone and you see $1 trillion. You'd see a million. Just to put that in perspective, how much money is floating out in the world. You have $1 million right now. Let's just say I wired you $1 million. Okay? And you had a homeless guy walk by you. Is there a chance you would give him $1?
Sure.
Yeah, $1, you wouldn't even notice it, right? So if you have $1 trillion, you could give somebody $1 million and actually not realize that it happened. And I'm waiting for
but
the
as
first.
soon as you did, you wouldn't be a trillionaire anymore.
Yeah, but the interest would quickly replenish the account. If you, just a good number for everybody to know, I come from a finance background, you can conservatively take 3 to 5% of money as interest for the rest of your life and never touch the amount. So if you had $1 trillion, just to put this in perspective, what is 3% of 1 trillion? Alex?
30 million.
300 million.
30 million.
But no.
So 30 billion.
Okay, so it's easy to do.
Yeah,
a trillion is 1,000 billion.
Yeah.
Might be
30 billion.
30 billion. Okay, so you could pull out about 2.5 billion per month for the rest of your life as interest and never touch the principal. So what would you do if you had $2.5 billion per month? So we divide that by 30 days, roughly. Let's say 3 billion divided by 30. So you'd roughly have to spend, what is it? 30
billion a year is like.
No. 30 billion, 3 billion a month divided by 30.
Yes. So that is 300 million a day.
No,
It's a billion.
it's $100 million a day.
So
Believe it
that
or
is
not, Alex was
five.
number 2 in the world in the physics competition, but his math is a little rusty today. But I'm going to give him a pass. We were up till 6 in the morning. I had 33 of the biggest cryptocurrency guys, venture capitalists, here at my house yesterday, and we were brainstorming ideas, ICOs. We're talking about Bitcoin. You put $100 in Bitcoin 2010, you have $75 million today. You put $1,000 in Bitcoin, you're almost a billionaire if you had put it in 2010. So imagine going back to this question. You have to spend $100 million a day.
$4 million an hour.
$4 million an hour. No, that's if you're awake you're not awake the whole time. So divide it by,
So
let's say
6 million.
60. You have to spend $6 million an hour. There was a movie. What was that movie years ago? Was it Richard Pryor? Brewster's Millions. He had to spend, what was it, $1 million? Back then, it was not such a big number. Just think about where the world is at, man. People making money. People having to spend. Now, nobody's a trillionaire yet, but they project probably Mark Zuckerberg will be the first trillionaire because he's young enough. He's already worth, what, 50? 50, Bill? Something like that? 40 or 50. Oh, Alex corrected me. He's worth a measly $40 billion. Is he 30 now? I think he's 30.
Yeah.
Now, what does this have to do with us? Let's talk about what this has to do with you. And the reason I gave this little spiel on what it would be like is because the first step, I'm going to give you guys a series of steps. Bradley's going to add steps. Alex is going to add steps. Samir, Juan, everybody's going to add steps. And my first practical step for you, even though this is a mental step, is you have to see possibilities before you pursue possibilities. And a lot of people don't see any way out in their life. If you don't see a way out, I promise you this, you're going to have a shitty life for the rest of your life. So for those of you who are complete pessimists, you will create the ultimate self-fulfilling prophecy and you will do nothing. It's kind of like if somebody thinks they can never lose weight, you think they're going to magically lose weight. I mean, somebody who's like, I'm sure I'll always be fat. Has there ever been a time somebody who was sure they're going to be fat didn't stay fat? I mean, why would you go to the gym if you're sure you're going to always be fat? So some of you, you don't want to be now some of you are too optimistic. There's fat people out there or obese people who think they can keep eating the way that they're eating now and become skinny, and they're overly optimistic. Scientists call this reaching. That's the technical definition, reaching. And it's been proven people who overreach, they do not succeed. But then there's other people who underreach. About 90% of the world only operates at 10% of their potential, maybe 5%. So somebody said, stop with the pen.
So that's been my problem. I've been overreaching all this time.
You've been overreaching? Hey, to successfully calibrate yourself is very difficult. Some of you have calibration problems. You calibrate yourself as much greater than you are. You think that you're so much more successful or will be successful. And there's some of you who are like Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh, you know, whiny bitches. Your mom walked in on you calibrating, Zach? That's traumatic to even picture. But, okay. So that's my practical tip.
Thanks for sharing.
Nothing happens unless you actually, at some point, think it's doable. If you don't think it's doable to ever start your own business, you'll never have your own business. You will be either a salary slave. There's nothing wrong with having a job if you enjoy it. But if you hate your job and you're convinced there's nothing better for you, well, get ready for a shitty life. And some of you are going to have it, I promise. But a few of you, people who listen to what we're going to talk about today, will realize the opportunities. So I want each of you, we're going to go around here, and what if you had to leave a manual for your kids or for your friends, you're going to die today, you're diagnosed with a rare disease, what's the one thing, you only got time to write one sentence, one paragraph, the key to making millions, specifically around finance? Remember, there's a lot of things you need to live a good life. It's not just money, but the good thing about money is easy to keep score of. Like happiness is a little bit, the goal of life is to be happy, but it's a little bit hard to measure, right? You can't exactly always measure when you're happy, and sometimes you're unhappy because you did something idiotic. So we're using money as one measurement of life. It's only one of four. What would you say, Brad? You help businesses make an extra $5 million a month using software, using techniques that you've developed. What have you seen? You got this last day on earth. You're leaving it. Do you have kids?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to leave it to your kids.
Shitload of them. Six.
Shitload. Six.
I'm the 71-year-old here, bro.
That's still good. 71 still popping out kids?
71 still getting it done.
Hugh Hefner too.
I ain't calibrating, bro.
You're not calibrating?
I'm putting it in.
He's fertile, somebody said.
Mine would be like,
pull it real close to you, or talk real close.
How you doing?
There we
I'm
go.
like a Barry White. So realistically, I would tell my kids to see risk as opportunity, because a lot of people get afraid of risk, and I don't know why, because usually it's opportunity. So I'd reverse that. Don't look at risk as risk. Look at it as opportunity. Secondly, I'd say learn to sell. And then thirdly, I'd say, look, let's face it, people judge you, man. Get your damn teeth fixed. Like, look around in a mirror and make yourself as best as you can be, because when you walk up,
You're talking about how you look.
how you look, how you smell. Exactly. I mean, look, face it, people judge people, don't they?
Right.
I mean, let's tell the truth.
Yeah.
People judge people, and some people are walking around and they don't realize they got stinky breath. They got, they just
check.
they don't look right. Right? They don't look right. They don't smell right. And that's going to hurt your success, whether you think so or not. So if you have a company and you got a pack full of, less than, I wouldn't say perfect, but, check yourself. That's what I'd say. I'd say keep yourself straight.
Physical appearance. You got one chance to make a first impression.
That's right. That's right. You keep it very simple for me. I like to say, get your teeth fixed, dog.
Get your teeth fixed. All right. Alex, you built businesses that have just now passed $1 billion in online sales.
That's crazy.
You have the number 4 app of all time to make money on the Apple Store, right? Are you number 4?
Number 4, 2014 though.
In 2014, it was number 4. We don't know.
was it?
It's called Zoosk. Zoosk. It's a dating app. One of the top 3 dating sites. Okay. Alex, what you got one day? Alex never wants to have kids. So if you wanted to leave me as your business partner, Emmanuel, your last day for the power is a power hour of conversation. What's a powerful, practical thing anybody listening can put in practice?
Always change things up. That's what I would say. Meaning, don't get stuck in your own ways. Be flexible. Be open. Look around you. Learn from what you're seeing and make changes at all times.
So be a learning machine. Do you think most people,
There's
on a
some-
1 to 100, 100 being horribly stubborn, 1 being like Bruce Lee, like you're saying, like
Right,
be
exactly
like
like
water.
Bruce Lee.
What do you think most people are?
On 1 to 100,
Yeah.
they're 10.
No,
So,
100's bad.
Oh, then they're 90.
Most people are. So you think most people are 90% incorrect in how
Actually,
stubborn they are?
Look at people. Most people do not change at all. They don't change their ways at all. They just don't change anything in their lives. Like after their 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I think
And that's
the biggest.
that's the advice they're getting, right?
Yeah, because they say actually the worst advice people get is be who you are.
Right.
And I hate that. I say no, try to be better than who you are.
Right.
And then the day after, try to be even better. So I mean, why would you even say be who you are?